I was about to go on holiday. I was sitting in Nando's, about to have a Nando's breakfast with my girl. It was at 8 in the morning, and then I don't remember anything. I just woke up. There's like food all over my face, all over me, like bare people around me. My girl's crying and screaming. I was like, oh, yo, what happened? And it turned out I'd given myself a seizure.
Raw.
And the doctor was like, yo, you don't sleep. Like, all you do is work. You don't have time for yourself. Like, I know you want to get this, but at the same time, you need to make time for yourself, because just mentally it's just ruining, and physically it's ruining you. And
Yeah.
I'm not someone who suffers from epilepsy, or I've never had a seizure
So
in my
it
life.
wasn't like a medical condition or anything.
No, man, like this was
just stress.
This was mad. This was just stress and lack of sleep. So now sometimes I get close to it. I can feel myself getting dizzy sometimes. And as soon as I feel symptoms, I'm just like, yo, cool, let me take it. Yeah, because that was a horrible experience. So I don't really remember it, but it was just seeing like all those people around me that fought, like, and my girl crying, like that's not a very nice thing to see, do you know?
Because I remember you at that time saying you're coming home from shoots and you're just falling asleep in your bed with your shoes still on. Like, you're not getting undressed, anything, just
I remember
falling and knocking out.
Driving back from shoots, I'm drifting off while I'm driving. I'm like, yo, this is actually dangerous. Like, it's not good. It's not a good place to be. And you know what? Once I started resting more, spending more time with my friends and family, I became more productive anyway.
Right.
Started going gym regularly, eating better, like eating proper meals at proper times, and then my workflow just increased anyway. So it's not about staying up all night and just banging out that edit. It's about feeling good. And when you feel good, you just concentrate, and it's just. But when it's 2:00 in the morning, you're not concentrating hard. Like you're getting distracted. You're just bored. You're looking at your phone.
Doing the bare minimum, aren't you?
You slept 8 hours. You've had breakfast, had a coffee. You go to do your edit. Boom, just bang that out. Like you just focus. I got mad ADHD, so normally if you, I remember my dad saw me editing once. He was like, "Yo, I've never seen you concentrate like that." But that's because I'm feeling good. Yeah. And I'm just getting it. Whereas if I haven't got a regular like pattern. Yeah. Then I'm all over the place. Yeah. So yeah, man.
So in that context, is there kind of like an importance of freelancers if you're coming up, of knowing when to say no, when not to take the work, so you're not overloading yourself?
Yeah, definitely, man. I think as much as like healthy as and being healthy is also as a business thing, because you're going to take on bare work and then you're not going to be able to do it all in time. People are going to get annoyed with you. Then you're going to be stressed because people are annoyed with you, and then you're going to feel shit. And it's just gonna go in just gonna go in circles. And yeah, man, just sometimes just take time, get your edits done, take on the work. And it's annoying when you have to lose I still do this. Like I'll have my shoots, and then like a huge label video will come through, and they'll be like, yo, can you do it this day? And I'm like, yo, that's shooting back to back 3 days, late nights. But it just depends on the opportunity. But I just try, and then, but if I've had like a mad section like that, then I just make sure that the next week I'm getting back into my routine again.
That's good, man. It's good. It's important to take care of yourself, especially in such a physically but also mentally demanding line of work, you know?
Yeah.
So another thing you mentioned it briefly there was about financing and taxes. Now, one piece of advice I got in the early days, I know you got the same advice. I know every freelancer watching this has got the same advice. Don't pay tax. Don't declare your income. Just get cash. It's tax-free money. Would you say that's good or bad advice?
Yeah, I mean, everybody loves a bit of cash, and I think, not to say that's something that I do anymore, but everybody's been like, everybody's done it.
No, you never did it.
No. Never. But like, just taking some cash. I mean, like, if you're just taking like a cash thing and you're going on holiday and spending that, okay, people are going to do that, right? But when it comes to more serious things, you need your bank statements, and paying taxes is long, and it can be like a little bit expensive, but it's not that bad because you offset everything anyway. Like as a freelancer, if I buy a new camera, I offset the tax, which means I don't pay tax on that, which comes off my tax bill, phone bill. If I need to buy a jacket because I'm shooting in the cold, buy flights because I need to go and shoot abroad. Do you know what I'm saying? So all those things I don't have to pay tax on, and it works out to my benefit. And then I run everything through a limited company as well.
Okay.
So then I can pay myself a salary rather than it looking like I'm just getting random bits of money here and there. I just pay myself a set salary that comes in, and then I just took out a lease on a car, right? And
jeez.
And And one of the things they asked was for my bank statements and my company bank statements. And
Okay.
had I shown them my last year or the year before statements, I would have never got the lease. But
Yeah.
now that I pay myself regularly from a company, which is my agency actually, but we'll get onto that.
Yeah.
I pay myself regularly. They were happy because they know that it's secure and they know they can trust me. But if I'm just taking cash here and there,
Yeah.
I'd have had to pay for the car up front, and that would have.
Yeah.
I don't like doing that. I know you like to pay for things up front, but
I prefer to pay. Excuse me. I prefer to pay at once just because I don't like the commitment every month of having to pay
No, of
a lot
course.
of money. But I do understand as well. Obviously, it makes sense. Like as long as you can afford your financing, you're on top of your credit.
Yeah.
It does make sense to do it that way. And I have done it that way before. Obviously,
Yeah,
it depends, especially with like bigger ticket items. Cool, you might be able to afford it, but then the next month or so, you might not be able to do other stuff.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it is very circumstantial, but
you can kind of balance it. Like you can pay like a bigger deposit and pay less monthly.
Exactly.
For me, it's just like sometimes I just don't want to see like X amount come out of my account in one.
Yeah,
when
yeah,
I can
yeah.
just manage it as I guess like a manageable debt.
Yeah.
I don't really consider it a debt because it is, but I've planned for it. You know.
yeah.
Obviously, don't take out things you can't afford. But
And it's also like whichever way you choose to do it, it's having the choice. Like if you're not paying your taxes or you're not declaring your income, there's no way for a lender to be able to verify are you actually consistently earning money
Yeah,
to be
definitely.
able to pay back this loan.
Definitely.
And if they can't verify that, you're not going to get granted the credit. So it's even just
100%.
having the choice, whether you want to
100%.
or not. At some point, you're going to probably, maybe you want a mortgage or a car lease or something. So you're going to have to be able to prove
mortgage
something.
thing. Yeah, a couple of directors I know bought houses this year, and that like if you'd asked me that a year ago, I'd be like, no, we can't. Freelancers can't get houses. But now 2 directors that I know personally have bought houses. And that's crazy.
Mad.
Like that's sick, man. So it's definitely something doable if you manage your finances correctly.
Sick. Yeah. So you've kind of come out the other side of this experience where you overwhelmed yourself. You've got Marissa in place now. She deals with the bookings, everything.
Yeah.
So it's kind of going more streamlined. How did you continue to grow after you first got your first few label shoots? What was it that you did, or what was it that you demonstrated that allowed you to keep continuing pushing the boundaries?
I think just like I said before, like just when you say you're gonna get an edit done, just get it done. Like just be professional, be like your communication needs to be on point.
Okay.
Because you are a brand, and people, if you like, there's lots of like, if you're bad at, no, you might be a sick director, right? But if you're bad at communicating, you don't meet your deadlines, people aren't gonna want to work with you. They'd rather go with someone who's not as good, but they know they're gonna get their video. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So and that goes for any industry, I imagine. So yeah, just being consistent, managing expectations. So if someone comes to you and they're like, yo, I've got, for me, for example, they're like, yo, I want a luxury yacht. I want to shoot in Miami.
Yeah.
I want like the best models in the world.
Car
10
chases
of them.
and that.
Car chases
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
I got £1,000. Obviously, you don't go, yeah, I can do, because when you start and someone's like, yeah, I want all this and that, like it's very easy to go, yeah, I can do that, and then try and figure out afterwards.
Yeah.
But now if someone comes to me with something, obviously that was like mad unrealistic, but even if something might be like a couple hundred over or a couple thousand over, I'll be like, yo, we actually can't do that. Like, I don't want to say that I can do it. If someone else has told you they can do it for that price, like I recommend going with them. But I don't want to say I can do it and then I can't give it to you. So just managing expectations is really, really important.
Sick. Yeah, so there's kind of 3 things you said there. Managing expectations. Yeah, there's 3 things you said there. Managing expectations, but the other 2 things you said, which was really interesting, one was communication, and the second one was your reputation, effectively.
Yes.
I think a lot of artists, when you talk to them, the number 1 complaint they have about directors is they don't get back to me. I don't know what's going on. And the number 1 complaint that directors have about artists is, they just say this, they expect too much, they're entitled. But all of that can be solved with stronger communication.
Yeah, 100%. From both sides, man.
Yeah.
Like the amount of times I just check my emails and I literally just have a song, or the title will just be, the subject will be like, how much? I'm like, for what, bro?
Yeah,
like, do you know what I'm saying? So, but that's not to say you should ignore them, because sometimes they just might not know better. So sometimes just email them back saying, like, yo, like, what is exactly you're looking for, when, get him the dates, all of that, the budget, get the song, and then you can give them a better. Obviously, if from then they just still wouldn't want to be like, they still don't want to communicate. That's their problem. But at least you know that you've tried.
Right.
Bro, there's been times that I've missed an email that's literally just a song, and it's turned out to be like a big artist, and
Right.
I didn't answer because I just thought, well, this guy can't even speak. But sometimes artists are so busy that they don't even think. They're just like, oh, cool, let me just send this, and then they'll listen to it. You know what I'm saying?
And it's like, we take it for granted that we know how it works. We know how it works from a videographer. We know how it works from a director's perspective. That email comes in, we check the email, send it back, read this back and forth. But to them, they might be thinking that we just sit there, check our email for songs, listen to the song, and do you know what I mean? So that's the communication aspect, is just being able to explain how it works and work with the client directly to get what can be done. So I guess for younger directors in that kind of realm of things, in terms of reputation, expectation, and communication, what sort of advice would you give to them?
I'll just say, just try and answer all your emails. Try not to. It's really easy to get annoyed at someone being rude, or like what comes across as rude, but it might just be mad unintentional. Like a lot of people, I was an estate agent before, so I was kind of like used to dealing with professional emails. So then going from that to like Yoji was like, I was like, but once you get past that and just get over it, it's just answer. Obviously, Marissa really helps me out of that, and that's how I started my agency, from dealing with these kind of problems with the communication side of things. I just wanted to open it up to more directors, but we'll go into that afterwards.
Yeah, let's even go into it now. So talking on the subject of your agency. So you've got to a certain point in your career. You've built your name as a big director in the UK, kind of renowned, one of the best, if I do say so myself.
Thank you.
What was it that made your decision to sort of start this agency and open up your brand, in a sense, to all these other upcoming directors?
Do you know what it was? It was like when I was coming up, there wasn't really anybody guiding me or helping me. Like obviously, as I got a bit bigger, like GRM they looked after me and but there wasn't like somewhere for, like the same way there's a modeling agency or there's acting agency, there wasn't something for like young videographers to know that they can have someone representing them, dealing with what Marissa did for me at like early on in my career, but on a bigger scale. And I just wanted to do that because I wanted to create like an agency where artists could come to and know that they were going to get their video on time. Everything's just an easy booking process. Everything's just going to be smooth. No one's going to run away with their money, because that does happen, unfortunately.
Yeah, it does happen, sadly.
I also wanted somewhere where directors could know they could be linked up with artists.
Yeah.
Everything's going to run smoothly. There's like a middle person just in case the artist gets a bit difficult, and they know they're going to get paid, because sometimes...
Chasing up invoices. Every freelancer's made of their existence.
Yeah, so we kind of just deal with all of that side of things, so the director just has to worry about just getting the video done on time. Which is, it's nice. It just makes life easier, man.
Yeah.
Especially when you're young as well.
How's it been? Like, how's it been having the agency? What's your experience been so far?
Yeah, so I'm learning every day. I'm learning as we go along, but the reception's been really good. I learned the importance of marketing, because I didn't know how important that was.
Yeah.
And I've learned how important things like Instagram ads are, just getting your brand out there, having like a good logo. Because for the past few months we haven't had. I just wanted to get the agency launched, so I just made a quick logo or whatever. But now I'm focusing on getting a better branding, and
sick.
Because people look at that, man, and when they see that video, when they see that logo on every video, they're gonna want to be like, okay, cool, I know where I can go to get my video. And yeah, but it's been going pretty well. People aren't used to it, but they're learning. Like once they've done one video, they're normally pretty cool. Like, okay, cool, let me run this again. Like, it's way smoother.
Because obviously I've had some work come through your agency, and most of it, they tend to become recurring clients. That seems to be like, they seem to like the experience of not having to worry about, is this director dodgy? They can easily see the work. Like, they've got a professional person kind of in contact with them. Because like we say, communication is one of the main things. But with Marissa there, it just it makes it easier. But yeah, it's good, man. It's interesting. What's kind of the future goal for that agency? Is it like, do you plan to expand it, plan to make it bigger and better, or? Yeah,
of course. I want it to be like as many directors as possible, but obviously I got to build it up slowly, and I don't want to like say, yeah, I'm gonna have this and that, and then, but like I said, I'm still learning. So it's going well, and I just don't want to rush it and then do something that I haven't learnt about yet. So
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that it's a smooth growth, and we get more and more artists hitting us up, take on more and more directors, and it just becomes somewhere that it's just like established in the scene. Like boom, you know, you can come here, get a video, and that's that. There's no hassle or no fuss about it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Sick, man.